So in this position there was knight e5 or knight g5. We'll try another game after, and I'll try and configure out all the ads. Hopefully it'll be better next time. So you think knight g5 is the strongest here?
Yeah, knight e5 also doesn't look bad. I don't remember exactly, but just one thing: if everything else fails, I can take on c5, and this is even the strongest, I guess.
Oh right, in this position, of course, you take on c5 with your queen.
Yeah, I can just. I remember now. I can just take on c5, and this is just the cleanest way to do it. Don't worry about knight g5. It can just take here, and I'm 2 pawns up and have an attack and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best one.
So
at least from a practical point of view. Yeah, this was this. I remember now. this is correct.
So maybe.
So this is. Yeah.
So he played this actually unpinning, basically. Well, he didn't want to go into that pin, maybe. So
yeah, this is why he played queen e7, and you also need to see that yeah, my queen is still not doesn't have so many squares, so it's and the rook is hanging. So if I take on h8 now, you can take a7, right?
Yes, and that wouldn't be great. Your knight would be stranded.
Yeah, exactly. It's not quite sure how to evacuate this piece, but I can play rook c7, which I did, I guess.
Rook c7, and, yes, attacking, keeping threats going. The weakness of his last move is back row's a bit weaker with that c8 bishop.
Yeah, and this rook c7 initiates the following sequence, which is pretty much forced.
So king takes, and now
now he needs to take.
His king can't go back, can it? Because otherwise rook takes c8. So his king goes forward to g6.
Exactly. Now we got this king walk.
Yeah. And then your fianchettoed bishop comes out, check, and this is very interesting now. So if he took, you can maybe play d4 check, or maybe there's even something stronger. If he takes here,
if he takes on g5, I can play d4. Yeah, d4 check. It's nice to play d4 with check.
I think this is getting a bit nasty. Yeah, this position.
Yeah, and you could also consider h4 here, but this is maybe good.
Yeah.
But also h4 is quite good.
So actually, he went king h5. Okay, it doesn't look right to have king h5, but how do you exploit it? So d4. So you do play d4 in any case here.
Yeah, right.
Protecting the knight, attacking the bishop, and he attacks your queen, but you ignore now spectacularly.
This is really the cool thing about this game.
Yeah.
It's already funny with the king on h5, but the amazing thing is now I played rook b6.
Yeah.
And now I have a very nice move, which I.
Should we see if anyone can guess it? If we give people 10 seconds, when it will be on YouTube.
If someone gets it in 10 seconds, it's really great.
So 10 seconds starting from now. You might want to pause the video when it's on YouTube. Starting from now. So white to play. Queen is attacked. King's on h5, which should ring some alarm bells for not having to move the queen. That's a clue. Okay, so in this position, white, Chessexplained, played h3. So there's a big threat of g4, and as we'll find out, so the queen was taken. So we see g4 check. So the king has two options as well as knight takes g4. Okay, knight takes g4 was played in the game. So what if king h6? There seems to be an easy mate here.
Yeah, king h4 is knight f3 mate, and king h6 is knight f7 double checkmate.
Yeah,
it's very, very nice.
Yeah,
it looks very random. This kind of piece setup.
Yeah,
with the rook on c7 and so on. Now it is just checkmate.
Yeah, so he took on g4, But now he's sort of developing your rook potentially.
Yeah, exactly. And
so HG check, and the rook's now developed. King takes G4, and now these pawns which are near the king, Kasparov would say, are extra pieces for attack. the kings walk near them anyway, so it's the same thing. So
yeah, no, it's very, very funny. Now he needs to take on G4.
Yeah.
And
so you play.
Yeah, it's all checks from here.
Check, drawing his king further in, and now another key check here, drawing the king even further down the board. And now with the king on G2 and the bishop on E4, you can play this check, F4 check, drawing the king even further down, right down to G1 for the final mate, which I hope everyone can spot.
Yeah, there's actually two mates. And it's a matter of taste.
Yes.
Some people said after the game, after King G1, I should have played Bishop E3 check and mate.
Bishop E3.
I played Rook H1 because this is what I just saw when I played H3, right?
Yeah.
So I was just playing the moves and not thinking.
Yeah.
And Bishop E3 is maybe even more aesthetic. I'm not quite sure. But Rook H1 is a checkmate.
Yeah.
And I really, in 25 years of tournament chess, I never had, after I think this is 23 moves, 20 something moves, I had a king on G1 being checkmated, and White's king hasn't even moved. So
you've got the opposition here with your kings actually. That's useful for any
the king is and all useful for mating. The king takes away the F2 square.
Yes.
So it's quite funny, and I was really really thankful that he allowed it to be played out on the board. It's because it's just nice to play this really on the board. Yeah, it's a fun game.
Did you sleep well after that? Or sometimes after an exciting game I don't sleep, even if I won brilliantly, sometimes I don't sleep. Did you sleep well after that, or did you think about it all night after?
No, I rarely do that. Even only after losses, which
oh right, okay.
Yeah, mostly losses where it was sort of important for the team, as I usually play team events. So
right.
And we won this match also. It was quite important at the time because we had a very bad start in the season, and we won this important match to sort of be a bit more secure and not losing our place in the league. So no, I slept very well after this.
So a little slip up here maybe, E6. So this, but it looks as though you're not developing your pieces, and he's got his pieces being developed all the time. So maybe in some sort of intuitive way, he felt justified that that he could evict your pieces here.
Yeah, I think he's just miscalculated something. Maybe this Bishop C5 move, or I'm not sure. I didn't want to ask him after the game to analyze him. After this kind of thrashing, you don't want to annoy the opponent. So and it's basically really lost here. I did some analysis afterwards, and funny enough, this H3 move, it's really checkmate. Black cannot avoid mate after H3.
Can I just ask here, actually, King E7, what would be a good move here? Would it be the same, knight takes F7, or something better?
Yeah, knight takes F7 is even stronger there, but I can take C5 also.
In this position, take on C5?
Yeah, just a piece.
Of course, sorry, there's a pin immediately. Of course. Sorry, I keep missing that. Queen takes C5. Okay, so
the rook on the second on the 7th rank is also quite unusual that early, and this is just immediate disaster.
Yeah.
It's really almost forced. Yeah, it's amazing. I wasn't so sure during the game if.
This is a great game. This is one of your immortal games, would you say?
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah.
This what if you would choose all your games? This is one of the most spectacular.
This is the most spectacular, of course. Of course. He never mated someone on G1.
That is amazing. It is where chess meets art. There was Alaska brilliancy, wasn't there, where the king was mated with the king coming down the board.
Yeah, this is with Queen H7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was in a way a bit similar. And really memorable, and especially what I think is really beautiful, that the attack on the queen is answered with this little pawn move, h3, and h3 really is checkmate. Black cannot, even if he doesn't take the queen, it's really mate with g4. He cannot do anything to prevent, and it's quite funny.
It is. This is great. This is great. It's so great. So you're not just a positional player. You can go for the attacks. No, but
yeah, what can you do? I couldn't. What can you do? This kind of position, if the king is exposed, you need to attack. Yeah.
And that was an IM opponent. FIDE rating about 2400.
Yeah, he's a bit lower. I think 2-3 something. And I had a look at his games before, and he is a bit of a strange player who sometimes maybe this was one of his off days. So to say, he had a wide range of results, like beating lots of really strong grandmasters and so on, and then at times he's got games where you ask yourself, well, what did he do the night before this? It's not really this game is not important in terms of what the opponent is, just for the aesthetic value of mating on G1. It's quite funny. It was also fun to play on the board, really, because lots of people were watching and so on. We don't have this.
Okay, we'll upload this to YouTube. So I hope we'll try another game pretty soon. Then I'll try and figure out adverts. But I hope everyone on YouTube might have enjoyed quite a bit from this game, despite some of the issues, which we'll try and resolve. But so comments or questions on YouTube, and thanks Chris. Okay.
Thanks. We try to make these kind of dual commentaries better technically, but there are quite some obstacles, obviously. So let's continue trying to improve this.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you in a bit.